By the way, our webinar is recording. They will available to watch it on YouTube as well, if something will miss. So, dear participants, dear friends, good evening and welcome to our webinar titled Artificial Intelligence in Law, Azerbaijani and Russian Legal Perspective. My name is Maral and I'm truly delighted to see so many of you joining us today from different parts of the world. Your presence makes this even more meaningful. Today, we come together to explore one of the most important and rapidly evolving topics of our time, the intersection of artificial intelligence in law. As technology continues to transform our societies, legal system must also adapt, and this webinar aims to shed light on how this transformation is unfolding from both Azerbaijani and Russian perspectives. As I said, this event also very special to me because it's the 10th webinar I have had the privilege to organize. Reaching this milestone would not have been possible without your support, participation, and enthusiasm for meaningful discussions. We are honored to have our distinguished speaker today, Adil Aliyev, with us, who will share his valuable insights and expertise. Right after his presentation, I will introduce my topic for this webinar. Thank you once again for being here. Let us begin this exciting, insightful session together. Enjoy the webinar, and dear Adil, the stage is yours. Please briefly introduce yourself, if possible.
Thank you very much, dear Maral. Thank you for your presentation. Dear participants, welcome. My name is Adil Aliyev. I am a lawyer from Baku, Azerbaijan, and I make research in the field of artificial intelligence in law. And today, I will try to make explanations to our dear participants concerning applicability of AI in law. So let me share the presentation. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we see your screen. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. So, dear friends, welcome again. Our presentation is AI, Artificial Intelligence in Law. Content of our webinar is History of Artificial Intelligence. What is artificial intelligence in law? Application of AI in the field of law. Ethical AI principles. Azerbaijani experience, legal framework, legal innovation in Azerbaijan called Eganun AI site, and Azerbaijani scientist Lutfizadeh. Dear friends, history of artificial intelligence. Official birth date of AI is famous Dartmouth scientific seminar, which was held in the United States of America in the summer of 1956. Let me introduce to you a little YouTube link concerning that. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, it's Google Ads. Yes. Dear friends, it was little information about history of artificial intelligence, but I would like to say that famous Alan Turing test was made in this field. In the year of 1997, Deep Blue AI program defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in chess tournament. So it has very deep roots, but today, of course, AI expanding. And let's look. What is AI actually? What's the notion of AI and how it can be explained in the field of law? AI, it's a field of science concerning with building computers and machines that can reason, learn, and act in a such way that would normally require human intelligence, or that involves data whose scale exceeds what humans can analyze. So in the field of law, very important to note that AI is a supporting tool and is applied in various areas such as document analysis, contract drafting, automation of legal processes, and others. I would like to add that AI has multidisciplinary nature. It's not only confined to a single discipline. It applied at the intersection of computer science, statistics, law, mathematics, linguistics, psychology, neuroscience, philosophy, and others. Dear friends, today data is very important, and AI models, they work with different data. For example, it can be tabular data, images, text, graphs. We are, as lawyers, we use text. Most of all, we use textual data. And very important that AI works with NLP, natural language processing. What is it? It is multidisciplinary subfield of AI that combines structured linguistic knowledge with the statistical, mathematical, and logical advantage of machine learning and deep learning. In legal field, legal research, analysis of legal documents, contract drafting, preparation of legal acts, legal assistance, chatbots. Today, a lot of companies use chatbots or other legal support tools, and automation of repetitive processes. It's very important because today a lot of jobs which has repetitive processing, they are replaced by artificial intelligence, and it has a big impact to a world labor market. Let's look to ethical AI principles. Dear friends, transparency and interpretability. What does it mean? AI systems should be easy to understand. We must know data sources and how conclusions are reached. Second one, privacy and security. AI must respect personal data privacy and protect against breaches or misuse, misunderstanding, reliability and safety. Artificial intelligence must work consistently without causing physical, psychological, or digital harm. Accountability. Organizations which are responsible for their AI, there must be ways to address issues or damage. Fairness. AI should not be biased or discriminate based on race, gender, religion, or other grounds. Here you can see a EU AI Act. It's the famous legal act in the European Union, which codified artificial intelligence and divided risks into four groups: minimal risks, limited risks, then high risk and unacceptable risks. For example, social scoring is unacceptable risk, and it's used in China today, and all personal data divided in China about each person, about each citizen of this state. Next, it's, as I said to you, Azerbaijan experience. Republic of Azerbaijan has a big legal framework concerning artificial intelligence and actually technology. First, it's our socio-economic development strategy, which was adopted in 2022. Other one is strategy of Azerbaijan on information security and cyber security, because AI has a lot of cyber threats. Digital development concept of Azerbaijan, artificial intelligence strategy, about which I will talk a lot. This AI strategy adopted first in the territory of South Caucasus. The next is a regulation on the electronic government information system. strategy for the development of the digital economy in Azerbaijan, and action plan for the acceleration of digital development in Azerbaijan. It was in this year, in February, was adopted. Dear friends, concerning artificial intelligence strategy, I would like to say that this strategy was adopted for 3 years, 2025 and 2028, because AI develops a lot, and every day AI develops. The next, it's core objects and vision of this strategy. The strategy aims to accelerate Azerbaijani transition to digital economy by integrating AI across various sectors, including government, healthcare, education, agriculture, and others. Primary goal is increasing economic competitiveness, improve the efficiency of state administration, and establish a secure, ethical, and highly skilled AI ecosystem. Current landscape and challenges. It has a lot of course, strengths, because in Azerbaijan we have a high internet penetration. We have data first in the region of South Caucasus, first tier 3 data center, and Azerbaijani government cloud, or G cloud. Challenges. There are a lot of challenges concerning that. For example, improvement of legal framework, which can handle with data privacy and AI ethics. The next, it's global standing. Azerbaijan currently ranks 78th place in the global AI index in accordance with this strategy. And of course, major goal of this strategy is to significantly improve these rankings. Priority strategic areas of this strategy is AI governance and ethics. What does it mean? This includes creating standards for transparency, accountability, and the protection of personal data to prevent algorithmic bias and safeguard human rights. Infrastructure and data management, natural language processing, NLP, talent and skill developments, even creating an AI academy planning. Favorable business environment. What does it mean? By that, it will be possible to encourage public-private partnerships, offering tax incentives and financial support to AI startups in Azerbaijan, in the territory of Azerbaijan. And the next important thing is eganun.ai website of Azerbaijan. It's first AI-based innovative legal search platform of the Republic of Azerbaijan, which is based on a unified legislative base. Ministry of Justice of Azerbaijan created this site, and we have two types of eganun. Simple eganun, where all our database, I mean legal database, all our normative legal acts, orders, decrees, and other legal acts are collected. But with AI, it's possible to search legal information in a second with the help of artificial intelligence. I would like to mention the founder of Physiologic, because today AI, what we use in the world, has, as I said, deep roots in history, and Azerbaijani scientist Lutfi Aleskerzadeh, or famous Lutfizadeh, he was a mathematician, computer scientist, and AI researcher, whose works in the Physiologic established a big ground for today AI. And dear friends, I would like to say that today AI, it's not like a threat or risk. It is a tool. And if we use this tool in a normal way, if we use it for good, it concerns all humanity, if AI will be used for good, it will give us only positive impact. Because I would like to mention interesting information about United Nations and its AI platform called AI for Good platform, which organize and collect all over the world AI researchers together to use the opportunities of AI for the best purposes for development of our humanity. Dear friends, thank you very much for your attention. I hope this presentation was interesting for you, and I tried to cover basic common aspects concerning AI in law. Thank you very much, and thanks, Maral, again for your presentation, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, dear Adil. It's a complimentary webinar, and you presented everything could be presented in this limited time. So I hope in the future we will have a more intensive webinars and maybe education course with you as well. So thank you very much. It was
Yes, now yes.
okay. So I say that thank you very much for your presentation. It was
Thank you.
really informative, and I said that it was it's a complimentary webinar and we have limited time, and I hope that
Yes.
in the future we will have a more intensive course with you and maybe educational kind of webinars. We will announce this to our participants. Yeah, thank you very much. And now
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you very much. I'm going to share my screen and do my presentation about Russian Federation. So I said that Azerbaijan doesn't have a AI law. It's regulated in the strategy.
Yes.
Okay. So
Strategy.
today,
Yes. Yes. Strategy and other legal acts refer. Yes.
it's kind of soft law instruments. Maybe in the future you will develop the kind of regulation more like a law, maybe. So thank you for joining today's webinar once again. I will try keep the session practical and easy follow without overloading you with theory. Let's start with a bit of context. I previously explored the topic of artificial intelligence in the Russian Federation during my 8 hours intensive course organized at the Ankara Bar Association. By the way, as I mentioned right now, I'm planning to open a new group for this course soon, and I will be very interested to know in which language you prefer to attend in, maybe in English or in Russian or in Turkish, for example. So here's a brief information about me. So there was no single framework at that time. It was a 2024. And honestly, the same situation existed globally. Most countries relate to ethical guidelines rather than binding legal rules. Everything changed with the adoption of European Union AI Act, as dear Adil mentioned right now. This is the first comprehensive law regulation AI system. It came into force August 2024 and introduced a simple but powerful idea. The higher the risk, the stricter the regulation should be. This approach has influenced legal thinking worldwide. Now let's move to Russia. In spring 2026, the Russian government introduced a draft law on the fundamentals of state regulation on artificial intelligence technology. This is the first real attempt to create unfilled legal framework for AI in Russia. First, it defines the basics, key terms, general principles, and how the system of regulation will be structured. It also introduced risk-based approach. AI systems will be evaluated based on the things like what they are used for, how autonomous they are, whether they affect important legal decisions, what kind of data they process, and what harm they could potentially cause. It's really similar to European Union AI Act. At the same time, many details are not in the law itself. They will appear later in regulation and government acts. For lawyers and business, this means one thing: uncertainty. Rules may change, so flexibility is the key. Another important point: the law covers the full life cycle of AI system, from development and training to deployment to commercial use and even cross-border interactions. The definition of AI is also quite broad. It includes not just algorithms, but also data infrastructure. This is important because it allows the law to cover modern technologies like large language models, which are now widely used in digital services. Now let's talk about one of the most interesting part in this law, digital sovereignty. The draft introduced two new concepts. So sovereign AI models and national AI models. In simple terms, these are AI systems developed in Russia by Russian entities using local data. We called it national AI models. Because it may, so you may ask, why does it matter? The answer is simple, because it may lead to priority for Russian technologies in government use, limitation on foreign AI in certain sectors, and a certain of a trusted technology ecosystem. For business, this could mean working in two parallel systems, global AI tools for the market and local solutions for working with the government, for example. The draft law gives people several important protections. They must inform when AI is used. They have the right to know when decisions are automated. They can challenge those decisions, and they can claim compensation if harm occurs. One key idea here is that people should not be completely removed from important decisions. This is often called the human in the loop principle. So for companies, this means rethinking how services are designed, being more transparent, explaining how decisions are made, and giving users a way to appeal. Now let's talk about the liability. This is always a big question. Who is responsible when something goes wrong? The simple question is this. So here we got developers, operators, service providers, and also users. Liability depends on fault and whether the risk could have been predicted. There's also an important point of a company can prove it took all reasonable steps to prevent harm. It may avoid liability. So in practice, documentation becomes extremely important. How the system was built, what risks were identified, what measures were taken. This is really important for documentation. Another practical topic is AI generated content. Maybe you will you see in your apps that when you generated from AI picture, it always mentions that generated by AI. I always thought I paid for example, I paid the Canva, but why it keeps showing me this labeling? It because there's some regulation, for example, existing already in European Union AI Act. So for business, this also means new compliance obligation, especially for media platforms and marketing teams. So let's briefly touch in intellectual property. The draft law takes a balanced approach. AI-generated content can be protected, but only if it meets originality requirements. At the same time, users remain important. Platforms must explain how their system works, and training AI on protected content is allowed if access that content is lawful. This area is still developing, and we can expect disputes in the future. Finally, the role of the state. The draft gives the government a strong role in setting policies, defining standards, monitoring risk, and supporting infrastructure. There are also incentives for the industries, such as subsidies and tax benefits. At the same time, the law combines openness with control. It supports international cooperation, but also strengthens control over data and technology. So it's balanced between global participation and national interest. A few words about timing. The proposed date for the law to come into force is September 1st, 2027. This gives some time to prepare, but not too much. So we have to take an actions if we want to work in with the Russian industry. AI regulation in Russia is no longer theoretical. It's becoming real, structured, and mandatory. For lawyers, this means new work, new risks, and new opportunities. And most importantly, this is not just something we can ignore anymore. Thank you for your attention. I'll be happy to answer your question if you have any.
Thank you, dear Maral, for presentation. It was very interesting.
So thank you very much. It's about the draft law. It's going to be enforced in 2027. But I wanted to mention it because, time passing so fast. So thank you very much. Then I will finish our webinar for today. We may discuss our question in our WhatsApp chat group. Thank you very much, Adil, for joining us today. Your presentation was really insightful. I'm very glad to see you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maral. Thank you for such opportunity. I would like to mention the importance of such kind of operation and dear participants, all of you, thanks again. Hope that such webinars will be lasted in future, and we will share our experience or researches in this field. Thanks, Maral, and best of luck to you and to all our participants.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a great evening.